Hello there, people of the internet. I'm out here with my AK-47. This is a Romanian RH-10. And the reason I have this is because I want to talk to you guys about what to do in a legitimate, real-life, shit hits the fan situation. Now, as many of you know, I very recently went through a pretty intense medical situation. And it was an absolutely terrifying experience. We believe that I had a seizure from black mold, but I never really got any confirmation on what exactly had happened to me. But I know whatever happened to me, it was not good. And I was in a really bad place for quite a while. And I was honestly convinced that I was not going to make it. There for about 3 months after that situation, I was not recovering, and I was terrified. I was very, very sad because my health was not getting better after whatever it is I had gone through. It was actually getting worse, and getting worse very quickly. So I was not in a very good spot there for quite a while after this incident, right? And it really did break my heart, man. Like, I have typically people that want to put themselves through hard times. They don't have anything going for them in life. But I mean, I've got a beautiful family that loves me dearly, and I got friends that, you know, also love me dearly. I got a tremendously amazing community on YouTube that follow me on this YouTube channel. I got an incredible gun collection, way better than anything I ever even dreamed that I would have. I got a younger brother that I got to watch grow up. And man, I tell you what, it absolutely broke my heart whenever I thought that I wasn't going to make it. And there for a while, I really did think that I wasn't going to make it, just because I wasn't, not only was I not recovering, but I was not, I was declining in health and declining at a tremendously rapid pace. I'm still not quite where I'd like to be. I'm still fatigued very easily. I still get dizzy. I have some neurological issues that have popped up. I have some issues, but I'm definitely recovering, and I definitely plan to stay here. But there for a while, I thought that I wasn't going to be around much longer. But anyway, right after, the reason I bring this story up, trust me, it's relevant, right after I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm starting to see some recovery here. I started taking tremendously better care of myself. I started, you know, eating properly, getting actual sleep at night, keeping stress levels down. I gave up drinking. I gave up smoking. Don't even do caffeine. All my coffee's decaf right now. I started, oh, you get out of here. I started taking much better care of myself in hopes of getting myself to the point of feeling better. And it took a long time. It took like 3 or 4 months, but I did eventually get to the point to where I started feeling better. Well, I had a legitimate, real-life shit hits the fan situation. In my household, I have 3 other people that live with me, and one of them had contracted COVID, and we thought that another one had contracted COVID. Turns out she's just, you know, not very truthful. But I was under the impression that 2 people in the household had contracted COVID. And with where I was like very severely compromised in terms of my health situation. And I was like petrified. I'm like, what do you mean you got COVID? Why didn't you tell me that before I, you know, hung out with you? Because, I mean, it was like later in the day whenever they had told me, and I was around them, and I was like, what the hell's your problem? So, quick as I could, I rushed out, and I got myself tested for COVID. It was one of those quick tests, and I did test negative, but it took like half an hour for me to figure out whether I was negative or not, and that was a terrifying half an hour. So I was negative, thank goodness, because if I had actually gotten COVID at that time, I'm not sure if I would have been able to pull through it. Because man, I was already down for the count, thinking I was a dead man. You throw COVID on top of that, and I would have been in a really bad situation. So with the household being positive for COVID cases. One confirmed, one I was told was confirmed. It turns out it was not, but I didn't know that at the time. I had to get out of there, obviously. Like I said, my medical issues were just not that great. I actually made a video talking about how I had to bail out before. But the perspective, I mean, you can go out and plan all sorts of stuff on what you're going to do, where you're going to go, what you're going to grab, you know, how you're going to take care of yourself, etc., in events where you have to legitimately bail out. But whenever you actually go to bail out, then things are a little bit different. Things are not, they don't add up like they do on paper. Like, for example, whenever I went to bail out, I had my bailout bag. I grabbed that. I had a bunch of supplies. I went to stay in another town. You know, I was under the impression that I was going to be set. I didn't bother bringing, like, this right here is my shit hits the fan rifle. Like, I have to defend myself against marauders kind of thing. I just brought my Taurus, you know, CCW, because, I mean, I was in another town. This was just me getting out of home as quickly as possible because we had COVID cases in the household. And, like, I did not want to even begin to risk getting myself sick after testing negative. So I got in and got out fast as possible. Well, after I had my bug out bag, I had a bunch of survival stuff. I had like a few days worth of food in that thing. I had a radio. I had everything that I need to take care of myself in the event that I wanted to get out of there. But then I was like, wait a second, hold on. What about like clothing? Okay, let me go ahead. I had to pack another bag with some clothing in it because I didn't have any clothing in my sack. And I was like, all right, now hold on. I need maintenance on my vehicle before I can drive, you know, from that town over here to this town where I actually work. The reason I went to that town is because I have somebody over in that town that I was able to stay with. So I was like, all right, I guess I got to do some emergency maintenance on my vehicle before I'm able to bail out. So I had to do some maintenance on my vehicle. Then I go over there and I'm like, hold on a second. Like, things just kept popping up. And I wasn't able, like, issues popped up with where I was staying, and I wasn't able to stay there nearly as long as I was expecting to before these issues started popping up. So there was a distinct chance that I was going to have to find somewhere else to go, and I had literally zero plans on that. I did have one other place. Unfortunately, at the same exact time, this other place was compromised with COVID as well, so I could not go there. I wanted to make this video because I had a legitimate bailout situation, and it opened up my eyes. And this is a scenario that I want you guys to consider. Like, just think about it. Put yourself in this situation. You have 5 minutes to bail out. You have 5 minutes before shit hits the fan, and you got to get everybody, get out, you know, get to wherever it is that you're going to be going. Figure out where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. Figure out, you know, the long-term situations. Like, for example, my vehicle, there's no way in hell my vehicle at the time would have made it to and from, because, I mean, I was there for like a month and away from the household here. But there's no way my vehicle would have made it without some sort of maintenance that I had done on it. Figure out where you're going, how you're going to maintain your life there, how you're going to defend yourself there. Figure out what you're going to need. I mean, just run through your specific situation and, you know, your bug out plan. Like, I had my bug out plan. I knew exactly what I was going to grab and exactly what I was going to do. And I was like, wait a second, there's some stuff that I didn't really think about here. So after I had thought about it, I realized that my plan was not quite as rock solid as I was expecting. So put yourself through that situation. Like, really think about where you're going, what you're doing, how you're getting there, how you're maintaining. Make sure that you have all the appropriate stuff for whoever it is that you're bringing. Bring some extra stuff just in case you have somebody tagging along. Just put yourself through a situation where, I mean, not an actual situation, put yourself through a simulation where you actually have to bail out and just give it a try. Give your plan a try. See how rock solid it is. See where your pros and cons are. See where you're actually at with it. That would be my suggestion for anybody looking to, you know, actually bail out in a SHTF situation. Now, that being said, I'm out here with my Romanian RH-10. There's been a ban on Russian ammunition. I do have quite a bit of 7.62x39 ammo. This right here is my go-to rifle in the event that things go wrong. So I have quite a bit of 7.62x39 ammunition, and I'm going to expend some of the cheaper steel case stuff. I do have some higher and more reliable, more dependable things that I would not burn for the sake of range blasting or these videos or anything like that. Hopefully by the time I burn through my 7.62x39 reserves, somebody somewhere will have come up with some other solution to get cheap steel case ammunition to the hands of law-abiding citizens here in the United States. But until then, I have 10 rounds loaded into the standard capacity magazine. This is just ball ammunition. We're gonna go ahead and launch some downrange just because I can't come out to the range with my Romanian RH-10 and not launch some lead. So I'm just gonna aim for the steel silhouette there. Let's send, 3 rounds at it. I love the sound of the steel, man. That 7.62x39 is absolutely smacking that thing like as hard as possibly can be. All right, we have some crap on the hood of the car. I'm gonna shoot that. See if we get any cool rust smoke pop out of it. That normally happens. Oh, there we go. There's our rust smoke. All right, that second round wasn't nearly as cool. Let's see, that was 3 and 2, 5. I have 5 rounds left. Let's shoot the dirt right here, just because I love shooting the dirt with these 30 caliber rounds. It really makes a splash, and we got a mud hole right there. All right, that was pretty sweet. We're gonna hit that again. Oh, that was even better. I guess there's a puddle right there. Wow, that must be going up freaking 30 feet into the air. It's still raining down mist. That's incredible. Steel silhouette. All right, I'm pretty sure we're out now. Double check that. Yep, chamber's empty, rifle is clear. Well, folks, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Like I said, this right here is just something that I wanted to bring up. I mean, it's one thing to have a plan, and it's another to see how the plan actually works out in practice. And I had to see how my plan actually worked out in practice. Wow, that is a big bird. I think it's a hawk. Yeah, that one's a hawk. Earlier I had an eagle fly that way, but this one is a hawk. There's 2 of them. Cool. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Let me know what your ideas are down below on the subject. Subscribe to the channel for more. I do this stuff all the time. If you like the video, do me a favor and actually like the video. That helps out with the algorithm. What else? In the description down below, you're going to find a bunch of links. That being said, thanks for watching. I think I'm going to go... Oh, crap. We got a light breeze, and it feels cold. We got rain incoming. Clear skies right now, but here in about, I don't know, 20 minutes, we're going to have rain. Bye, guys. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.